Welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host. Who else but the Natty Teacher? And today, we got a push day. Everybody's favorite, man. Who doesn't love a good hard push day? Everybody loves a good push session, chest workout, all that kind of fun jazz. Everybody digs it, no doubt. I'm also in that camp. Love me a good push day. So, I'm excited. Now, I will say this. Just as a heads up, okay, what you're going to see is I'm really trying to, just over these next couple weeks, I kind of want to feel it out a little bit. The off-season is a perfect time to experiment with things a little bit, not change up exercises too much or anything like that. I'm not really worried about that. But what I do want to kind of work with here is just mixing up my rep ranges a little bit. I've been really in that like 6 to 8 rep range for a while on a lot of my movements, and I can tell that was starting to accumulate for my body a little bit. So now what we're going to do is dial that up a little bit, meaning I'm going to work more like in that 8 to 12 rep range rather than 6 to 8. So 8 would be closer to like the minimum amount of reps I would want to get with a weight. And then obviously, 10 to 12, like 12 would be like a max. So if I hit 12, it's like, okay, like next time we run this session, if that's like a top set, I'm hitting 12. Time to jump that up a little bit, you know what I mean? So regardless, that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. So I'm excited for it. But what do we got on the docket today? Well, let's run through it. Okay. So to get us started, we got a flat Smith press. Okay, well, before any of that, you guys know, get a good warm-up in, get nice and mobile, get some mobility stuff going, get the shoulders and chest and triceps all warmed up and ready to rock and roll, of course. Then we'll jump into a flat Smith press, okay? Then we will move into a incline plate-loaded press, more of a converging incline plate-loaded press, to be exact. After that, we will go into that'll be a side lateral, but we're going to do cable side laterals today. So we'll do cables there, again, keeping everything, closer to that 10. For side laterals, I would say closer to that 10 to 15 rep range or so. So we'll do that. And then we will finish off the chest after that with pec deck. So we'll go essentially compound chest movement, give the chest a slight breather, let it kind of get a little extra rest, work a side delt movement, go back to chest, finish up there. And then we'll have a tricep overhead extension and then a one-arm tricep push down and a little bit more side delt work after that. So that'll close it out. So that's the plan. So anyways, yeah, man. So nothing super crazy, not changing anything too drastically much. Just getting some good work and getting out. So I'm going to get in there. Still got a few minutes till I get to the gym, but I'm going to get in there and get rocking and rolling and get started with my warm-ups and all that kind of fun jazz mobility work. And I'll catch you guys for my top set of flat Smith press. That'll be coming at you right about now.
All right, so to get us started here, we got a good old flat Smith press. You can see that I'm really focusing on my control and tempo. That is where I feel this movement the most here. So we did a couple warm-up sets, did some mobility work to get us going, and built up to what do we got here? 2 plates and 2 10s on each side. We did a nice solid set of 10, So we did, this was actually a video from a couple weeks ago. So we did go up in our next session after this 5 pounds and hit a set of 9. And so we are going to work with that weight for the foreseeable future until we hit that for a solid set of 10. But I was really happy with this one. Nice pause at the bottom and, coming up hard and getting that nice solid set of 10 here. And again, we're already going up in weight after that. But anyways, we did our second set. We did a set of 10 as well. Then we moved on to our incline plate-loaded press. And I'll tell you this. This particular week, I believe I hit a set of, I'm set of 9 here. Last week, because I was training dang near to, if not at failure, with both of my sets last week. I actually lost a couple reps off this top set here, so we're going to have to work with this weight for a little bit because we had a set of 7 last week. This week, we were really strong on this. Hit a set of 9. So again, definitely I'm going to work with this one, work with this weight until I hit it for a set of 10, and then we will add, 5 pounds to it and go from there. But yeah, felt good. Dropped a little weight after that. Hit it for a back off set of, I believe, 8 to 10 on that second set as well. So again, you'll see most of my movements I do really try to keep in between that 8 to 12 rep range at least. Then we did some cable side laterals here. Again, really making sure that we're focusing on getting a nice full range of motion. This one, I will say, I actually came up pretty high. I probably didn't even need to come up quite this high on here. But regardless, still felt really, really good. So we did 3 working sets here, all with the same weight. And again, all with, like 10 to, I believe we did a top set of 13. So yeah, nothing less than 10, nothing more than, like 12 to 15 reps on this particular exercise. You can, of course, if you want to do more reps on it, more power to you. But I do try to find a weight that I can consistently hit for sets of, 8 to 15, 10 to 15 or so. At least even in those later sets here. But yeah, felt really, really good. And then we went to finish up our the actual chest portion of our push session here with some pec deck, really getting some good hard stretch in here, really opening up that chest. I know some people say, oh, it's not opening up your chest. That's just how I like to kind of visualize it, really stretch those chest fibers out, bring those hands together, not quite to where they touch. If you want to have them touch, that's totally cool. But for me, I usually stop just shy of touching. At that point, I feel like I'm really kind of rolling way too far over with the shoulders. And yeah, so we did 2 working sets here. Again, this one, same concept, guys. I like to keep everything in that 8 to 12 rep range or so at the low end. Really 10 to 12 is more ideal, but if I hit a good hard set of 8, I'm happy with that as well. So did a top set here and then dropped the weight, roughly 10%, I believe, and did a back off set there. It's either 10 or 20%, I can't remember, but both sets felt really, really good. Then we did some overhead extensions here with the V-bar for triceps here. And this is how we'll we do 2 tricep exercises here to close out our push session. Again, really making sure we get that good hard stretch. This one can be a little taxing on the elbows, so find a comfortable spot for you. I'm a big, big believer in some variation of an overhead extension. For me, this one I've kind of gotten used to, and by the time I start to get a couple reps in, usually in my first top set, my elbows are good and ready to rock and roll. So if it does bother you, though, again, make sure you find a variation that you can work with, and you don't have to do overhead if you don't want to. I just find that it works for me. So again, 3 working sets there. Then 2 working sets of just some good old school tricep pushdowns. If you watch my tricep here, you can see it in my left arm. I'm really loading that tricep up and then just pushing straight down, getting that nice full range of motion. We did 2 working sets here. Anything triceps I try not to get below 10 reps unless I'm going for a weight that I haven't done before and I'm like my 3rd set. Maybe I'll hit like 9 or 8. But yeah, usually for the most part, I would recommend, at least for me, I found that effective range kind of like with side delts, 10 to 12, 10 to 15 reps or so for triceps seems to work really well. If you want to go a little bit below or above that, dude, more power to you. I'm just telling you what has worked well for me. Then to close out here, we do have some machine side laterals. You'll see it's nice, slow, controlled, get a nice little squeeze at the top here, and then control that eccentric on the way down. And get a good full range of motion, get a nice pump. We did a top set, back off set. That's kind of what I've been rolling with as of late. Really definitely has helped a lot in my recovery process. I'm currently in a deload week right now, so it's like, man, watching this training footage back just makes me, it gives me the itch to train heavy again for sure. So I'm excited to, but I know that these deload weeks are super beneficial for longevity and all that. But man, I'm only a couple days in, I'm like halfway through my deload week, and I'm already just itching to get back. But yeah, the top set, back off set system works really, really well. You don't have to do that, of course. For a while in my training block, I was doing like 2 top sets at a top weight. I did notice that after a period of time, fatigue really accumulated really hard for me, really fast. So again, I've been really focusing on top set, back off set kind of systems, keeping reps as close to 8 to 12, 8 to 15 as I can for most movements. That's kind of been my sweet spot. So anyways, catch y'all in the outro. Great session.
Push a session in the freaking books. I was going to say in the freaking, you know what I was going to say, but not books. Kind of froze up there for a second. Man, oh man. That was an absolutely phenomenal session, man. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Eyelash. There we go. Billy Eyelash. Oh man, great workout. Super duper happy with how that session went. Wow. On my flat Smith, for example, I really wanted to like let the bar sink into the chest a little bit more, and really push up through, drive, through the chest. And I feel like I did a really good job of that today, looking back at my top set and also how my back off set felt. Felt awesome. I was actually only using, excuse me, like 15 pounds less than I was, and actually it was 15 pounds less, but I added 4 reps to my previous couple of top sets where I was doing 15 pounds heavier, and the form was 1,000 times better. So I was very, very happy with how everything with that went today. That was really, really cool. So, yeah, no complaints with that training session whatsoever. Just from start to finish was just really, really, really solid for sure. So, I mean, yeah, man, I really don't, I don't really have a whole lot more to say. It was just a great, great session. No abs or anything today. I do have some weighted abdominal training tomorrow after my pull session, so I will have that. And then Sunday, okay, this is something about my personal life here that this channel probably does not know. I don't think I've ever brought it up on the channel before. I'm not the biggest fan in the world, so I don't want to like pretend like I know everything, because I definitely do not. But I have become a fan of F1, Formula One racing, and I just through Drive to Survive, the series on Netflix. Like if you're interested in like any kind of racing, like car racing, and kind of getting to know the drivers and the stories behind the teams and all that, it's a really cool show. Like it really is. You know, this past season I thought was actually still pretty good, but it's a good show. And if you're somebody who's looking to like try to get into racing sports, it's definitely a good start, because I do not follow racing sports like at all, other than Formula One, like NASCAR, you know, Indy cars, any of that kind of stuff, motocross, any of that. Like I've never really been into that kind of stuff. Just not something that I grew up with, so something I haven't really followed. But F1 now, I do like F1. You know, I won't watch probably every race this season, but I definitely will kind of keep on top of the standings and all that. But why am I talking about F1? Well, on Sunday, tomorrow I got probably just a normal late morning, early afternoon workout, probably later in the morning, maybe around 10:30, 11. But on Sunday, I got to be up early, and it's legs, so that'll be a fun combo, because I'm going over to my buddy's house, and he's recording the first race of the Formula One season, and we're going to watch it in the morning. But we're going to watch it around like 9 a.m. And so I got to go get up, eat, go work out, drive over to his house, which is about a half hour away from my gym, and still do all that before 9 a.m. So I'm gonna have an early morning Sunday. So I get to stay up a little bit tonight, which is cool. But Sunday, yes, very much so, absolutely very early morning. So yeah, man. Other than that, though, man, like I said, those kind of workouts just leave me in such a nice, relaxed, very positive headspace. Like I just felt like it was there. Every rep I wanted, it was there. You know what I mean? If it wasn't there, I knew right away. But every rep that I wanted to get, it was there. And now trying to work consistently within that like 8 to 10, 8 to 12 rep range kind of gives me an idea of like the movements that I need to stay at the weight that I'm using for now, like more realistically stay at the weight that I'm using, and also kind of gives me an idea for the movements that I can move up a little bit. And so that's kind of nice. So I kind of have a good grasp on that for my future training sessions here coming up. So like flat Smith, on both my sets, my top set and my back off set, hit 10 solid reps. So we'll absolutely go up on that. You know, we'll go up like just like 5 pounds on both those sets. In my next session, still try to shoot for 8 to 10 on both of those sets. And then there were a handful of other exercises in my training today where I was in that 10-12 rep range for like a top set and even for a back off set. So we'll add a little bit of 5 pounds there, 2.5 pounds there as well. So again, these incremental changes, guys, they don't need to be anything super crazy. I could go for higher rep sets, but that's just kind of the sweet spot that I have found for me. And like being able to recover is training to the point where I'm hitting a comfortable 10, 12 reps or so, sometimes 8. That is where I can really, recover for sure. That's where I feel my best. So, consistent. Okay. No, dude. That was wild. You gotta be kidding me. What? Guy had no idea what was going on there. It was a 4-way stop. My dude pulled up after everybody else and then just went. Anyways. Gotta love that. Yeah, no big deal. Totally wasn't paying attention on his phone. So don't drive and be on your phone as I'm talking to my phone while I'm driving. Come on now. You don't do that. Come on. Anyways, at least we didn't get into an accident. No big deal. Okay, if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button Really means a lot to me, guys. Means a lot to the channel and our continued growth. So thank you so much for following along. Got nothing but love for y'all. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. It's awesome. If you could, you don't have to, of course, but if you could, drop a like on this video, share it, let your friends know about the Natty Teacher. That would be awesome. Drop any comments, questions, or feedback you got down in the comment section below. And hey, man, that's about all I got, at least for this one. So, first and foremost, God bless. Enjoy your weekend, week, whatever day that this video is uploaded. I know I have a couple days. I deleted like a couple weeks worth of footage to kind of catch up the channel a little bit. Because like right now it's what? March 14th, Friday, March 14th. So we are current now, and I believe I have 2 more uploads before this one. One of them being tomorrow. Yeah, because I like to try to do every 2 to 3 days. 3 days at the most now. Every 2 days is more ideal. But yeah, so I still have 2 more uploads before this one. So this one will be out, you know, probably middle of next week or so, early next week. So regardless, yeah, man. So again, first and foremost, God bless. And from myself, the Natty Teacher, and from the whole Natty family, again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. It means a lot. And this episode of Road to Natty Pro is out. I'll catch y'all on the next one.